That was nice. How are you all? Do you have a good week of practice? What do we have to practice here? In our normal lives, we have been practicing. What have we been practicing? We have been practicing to live, to grow up, to be happy. We have been practicing to become someone who we were told that was successful or prosperous. We were striving, we were practicing, we were trying to become someone prosperous, someone who we were told to be someone. In different backgrounds, we were told to become different people. Maybe people with a lot of money or rich people. To be wealthy, to be educated, to be well known, famous. We were practicing things that we were told to be. Then why are we here? We are here to practice the truth or the reality, which means what we were practicing was not the truth, not the reality that one would expect it to be. In this universe is governed by the laws of the universe. Universe is governed by the energies. Various types of energies. When I say universe, don't think that I'm talking about the space with stars and sun and moon. Yes, that is universe as well. But isn't this universe? Sometimes we forget to appreciate what is around us. When we say universe, we imagine stars. When we say nature, we imagine trees. But what about us? Aren't we universe? Aren't we nature? The problem at hand is that we don't feel so. We don't feel that we are universe. We are nature. We feel there's something called nature. There's something called universe. We have to deal with it. We have to associate it. Which means we are not that. You are going to associate your friends, right? But do you want to associate yourself? Have you ever told to someone that you want to associate yourself? No. We feel that we are quite different from nature, from universe. For matter of fact, we feel I am dealing with nature. Me versus rest of the world. Isn't that how we feel? I want to become someone in the world, someone to this universe. I want to become someone to nature. Aren't we already nature? Aren't we already universe? The problem is, it's easy to say so, but it is difficult to become. But actually, you don't have to become nature. You don't have to become universe. You are already nature. The only problem is that we don't feel so. We feel different. We feel unique. When you become nature, when you become universe, there's nothing to be unique. You are it, and that's it. You might feel that I'm talking gibberish. No, I'm just trying to explain what this universe is governed by. What this is. What do we experience right now? Okay, so when we talk about universe, we feel the objects. There are a lot of objects in the universe. There are a lot of things, unique entities, distribution of unique entities we feel. And we are one of them, and we just interact with all the things around us. Isn't that how we feel? We interact with our friends, family, parents, neighbors, and also food, objects, TVs, mobile phones. We interact with them because we are not them. We interact with them because we are not them. Okay, what do I mean by that? Is it that, do I have to feel that the phone and myself are the same? Let's talk about it. Okay. So, okay. Let's say take the phone. How is it made? A lot of things. Electronics, plastic, glass. When you say electronics, it's, let's say, silicon and all those materials. When they come together, it makes a different effect. Not a different thing, a different effect. Okay. Back to the drawing board. Okay, now there's this. Okay, we say there's A. If A has a cause, let's say B. If A has a cause called B, and if B is the only cause of A, which means A is B. You understand that? Let's say, okay, you put milk powder to a cup and nothing else. What do you have in your cup? Just milk powder. Can you make something with just milk powder? You just pour water and that's it. Can you make something else with just water? No. It is water. So don't you understand that it always needs more than one cause to have a different effect? Yeah? And that is what we have been doing all our lives. Combining causes. Right? So, anything we take in our lives is collection of different causes, not just it's A is B plus C. So the constituents of A is B and C. So actually A is B and C. But the feeling we have about things we see, we perceive, what do we feel? This one. We feel that we perceive the thing that is just the thing. We feel, we perceive the thing in the external world, don't we? Which means, if this is this object or the foreground element object that is in the external world, if it is B, what do you perceive? In order for you to feel, okay, let's say this is, okay. You feel, let's say this is B. The external world object is B. Right? What do you feel? You feel, you perceive the same object in the mind, which means this is B. And if that is the case, can there be any other causes aligning with it? Okay, in order to see this, what are the causes you need? Light? Okay. I turn off the lights. Can you say this? So, if this is the only cause for, okay, again, is the mind. Ah, it's not wrong. Mind. External. So, if you see what is in the external world, if B is B, what do you feel? You feel that you see the external world object, don't you? So, which means in the external world it's B, in the mind it's, let's say, box. It's better than B. Let's say this is a box. It's not a box, but let's say box. So, you have a box in the external world, right? And what you see or what you perceive is the same box. Isn't that what you feel? True. Okay. Now that we know, in order for the effect to be same as the cause, there cannot be any other causes involved. Isn't it true? That's the truth. Then, I just, okay, in order for you to see, I keep the box here. So, we'll keep it here. Alright? Now, if we turn off the lights, can you see it? So, isn't there more than one cause here? Let's say the physical box. Physical box plus light. What else? What else do you need? I, yes. Plus I Does it look the same? This is not, it is X. Box, light, eye, and nervous system, and brain. All that, right? So, can you see without a brain? No. Nervous system, visual cortex, and all that you need. So, which means the box that is in the mind, can it be the physical box in the external world? Box plus lot of other causes which is equal to the box in the mind. Doesn't it mean that you are not perceiving what is in the external world? This is not equal to this. Mental box is not equal to the physical or the 4 great element box. But what do we feel? We feel that we are perceiving the world as it is. We are perceiving a world that is there. We feel that we are perceiving the same thing that is there in the external world. Now that this is equal to all these causes. Okay. Let's say, okay, this light, how long does it live? What is the age of light? Ray of light that contact with the eye, what is the age of it? How long does the contact with the light and the eye take? This box in the mind is a result of all these causes, right? Light and the eye, the length of contact, if it is instant, do you understand that it is an instant thing? The contact of the light and the eye is an instant thing. If it is instant, what can you tell about this one? It is also an instant thing. That happens only and only when these two get together. So, the box you perceive right now, what is the age of it? What is the age or the lifespan of the box you see right now? It is instant. Do you understand that? What you perceive right now is an instant manifestation. When I say manifestation, I don't have to say instant. When the causes align, the result manifests. When the causes doesn't align, this does not manifest. So therefore, what you perceive right now is the age of it. Do I sound like Greek? Okay. The box you see right now, isn't it an instant box that you perceive right now only? Only right now. Only right now. But what is your idea about this box? It has been there at least since the start of the sermon. It has been here. So you feel that this is an entity that exists. Okay. When you see this side, the light that hits your eye, and right now, the light that hits your eye, is it the same? And right now, is it the same? I don't have to turn. Even now and now, is it the same ray of light that is hitting the eye? So, are you seeing the same box? Let's say physical box plus, for the time being, let's say this physical box stays constant. Physical box plus light plus I. For the time being, let's say these two stay constant. It is not as well, but can you see that? This is I. This is the light. This is the light and I. So, first instant is the light number 1. So, light ray number 1. The next instant, 2. So, physical box, light ray number 1 and I gives rise to, let's say, mental light ray number 1 and I and physical box gives rise to mental box 1. So, when this cause change, is it the same box? Do you understand that? Okay, let's take a simple example. Box, okay. Let's say you pay, you go to a place and you pay $5 and take a meal. And you consume it. And you pay another $5 and take a meal. Is it the same meal? It is not the same meal, because the meal you got, you paid $5. And do you have to pay $5 again for the same meal? No, you have already paid. So, let's say that meal has, let's say it's a basket of fruit. So, we have bananas, apples, and oranges. A banana, an apple, and an orange. So, you put all those 3 and you have a fruit basket. Can you have the same banana in the second basket? No. You have to have a new banana, new orange, and a new apple. Right? So, once a cause is used for one arrangement, can you use the same cause for the second arrangement? No. Then, the light that hit your eye right now, can it be used to see the same box again? No, it is not possible. Then, the box you see right now and right now, is it the same? And right now, is it the same? It is not the same. Let's go to your loved, beloved belongings. Okay, you have your phone, right? That is where all this started. Where did it go? Okay, your beloved phone. The phone you see right now and right now, is it the same? You say that this is my phone. Let's say this is my phone, right? So next moment, if this is your phone, now this is not your phone. If this is phone 1 and you say this belongs to you, the phone right now and right now, is it your phone? Can it be your phone? We feel that it is my phone, it is my the same phone. Why? Because we feel this is the same object. We feel that this light 1 and light 2 are the same. Therefore, we feel this box 1 and box 2 are the same. When you feel these two are the same, you feel I am using the same phone that I used like a moment ago or 1 hour ago, few days ago. Therefore, if it is lost, I feel bad because it is the same thing that I am associating. So we feel that we are associating the same thing. My best friend, sometimes he or she behaves differently. Then I feel sad. Don't we all? When the attitudes of the closest friend changes, we don't like it, right? Because we feel we are associating the same friend. Don't we? Don't we all feel that we are associating the same friend? I'm not going to talk about husbands and wives. That is not good to be discussed in the same way. But you can think about that. Is it the same person that I am experiencing or I am associating? We just have to understand that this cause and effect nature, when the causes align, the effect manifest. That nature, we don't believe in that. That is why we feel existing objects, existing people. That is why we feel existence. We feel we are an existing person associating existing world where we have existing belongings. Isn't that our life? Associating existing things? Isn't that our life? Isn't that what we call life? Try and understand that box 1. Box 1 is never equal to box 2 because the constituents or the ingredients are not the same. Like the fruit basket. Can we add the same banana to 2 baskets? No. When we put a banana to 1 basket, the second basket we cannot put the same banana. Therefore, once 1 fruit basket is made, you cannot use the same things to make the second fruit basket and the third. Therefore, every fruit basket we make is quite new. It's brand new. Therefore, whatever you perceive right now is brand new. I should say hello. And hello from new me. Yeah? Husbands and wives, when you go home, just say hello. What about children? Is it your child that you are associating? It's always new. Right now. When you know this, would you get angry that your child doesn't behave in the same way that he behaved yesterday? Or your husband or wife or siblings or friends or even your phone. This used to work very well a year ago. Now it doesn't work. So, it's a new phone. It is not the phone that worked well earlier. This is new. Always understand what you experience right now is the collection of causes right now. We cannot compare it with anything because it is new and it is new and it is new. Always it is new. It's brand new. So can we associate something that we have associated earlier? Can we say that there is something that belongs to us? Can we say that this thing belongs to me and it will be? It will be. I can't even say the rest of it. Okay, it belongs to me and it belongs to me and it belongs to me. No, because it is brand new. It is brand new causes coming together at every moment in time. Can't even say time. When the causes align, a phone manifests. The next moment, a phone manifests. A phone manifests. A phone manifests. But the problem is we perceive an existence of a phone, of a box, of family, friends. Why so? In the mind, there's this fundamental belief that existence is true. It's like this. The things we experience, we feel as an existence. Okay, I was just trying to draw a box. So we feel box. Full stop, box. That's all. That is what we feel. Box is a box is a box. That is how we feel. That is why we say that existence is true. We feel a box exists. No matter what happens around it or what happens in the universe, a box exists. Full stop. That is our view. That existence is a true logic, or existence is a truth of this world. That is our belief. Don't you believe in existence? Don't you feel that you exist? You are? Don't you feel that you are? You are there, you are existing, and there's an existence for myself as well as everything else. Box is a box. That is it. Isn't that our belief? Isn't that our fundamental truth about this world? Isn't that our fundamental truth about this world? Exist. Box exist. I exist. My friends exist. Everything in this world exists. That is our fundamental belief. Because this mind has this fundamental belief about existence, the mind has fundamental belief that the existence is true. When I say existence, I can't say existence of whatever. It feels the existence of the box, existence of everything. Mind strongly believe that existence is true. Ask from yourself, don't you believe in that? Yes, we all believe in that. This existence is true. But what did we prove right now? When they're in a world where the causes align for the effect to manifest, in this world, what is there are effects where the causes align. There is nothing that exists. Existing box. The existing box. That we feel that existing box exists. Words fail me. We feel that a box exists. When you say box even, you feel that this is an existing box. You don't have to say that a box exists. When you say box, it exists. That is the belief of the mind. But what happens is, when the causes align right now, box manifest. Actually, box 1 manifest. But when the causes number 2 or the first basket of fruit, when those causes align, the first basket is aligned, and the second basket, is it the same? No, it is different causes align and different basket manifests. So similarly, this is not this. We have agreed on it, right? We have to come to that agreement to talk about it. Otherwise, when we say existence is true, you feel, yes, fine, answer, duh. The existence is true. Yes, that is the problem. That is the problem at hand. The mind believes strongly, very strongly it believes that existence is true. Full stop. No arguments. Existence is true. No arguments. Does the mind have any argument about that whether the existence is true? The box exists. That's all. That is why I have to keep on saying this again and again, because I feel all the minds out there, they don't doubt this. The existence is true. Full stop. But in reality, when the causes align, effects manifest. When again causes align, an effect manifests. That is not the same effect. Therefore, when the mind has this idea or the belief that existence is true, mind faces a problem, because what comes to the mind is not, has this quality of existence. What comes to the mind, or when the mind arises, the mind itself or the constituents of the mind doesn't have the quality of existence. It is, all of those are effects. Now the problem is that when the mind has this belief that existence is true, and the world doesn't support it. Okay. You have this belief, right? Okay, there are two actors. You feel that actor A is the best actor in the world. Alright? Or let's say movie. Let's say the movie A stands for, I'm not going to say that. So, the movie A is the best movie or the best movie series. If all your friends around you say, no, it is not. The movie B is better or movie C is better. How do you feel? They keep on telling you that movie B is better than A. How do you feel? You feel frustrated. Come on, A is better. The other people say, no, B is better. No, A is better. That is what happens when mind holds on to a view, and what is coming from the outside is against it. If your friends keep on doing that, what would you do? You go and find friends who says A is better. Isn't that how you make friends? That is how. So, when the mind feels that existence is true, the world doesn't support it. What comes from the universe, comes from the external, is that existence is it's a fallacy. It's a false thing. That existence is not true. That is what is coming from the external world, because that is what is there. That is the truth of this world. That existence is a fallacy. Now when you have those two, if that is your friend, what would you do? You will unfriend him and find a friend who says existence is true. But alas, for the mind, can you find anyone who says existence is true? Anything in this world, does it support existence? No, because it's a fallacy. So what does the mind do? When it can find someone, what does it do? It creates one. Mind uses all the powers it has in order to make this a reality. And it creates a false existence. With all the energy it has, it creates an existence. That is what we call the process of abhisankar. Does it sound like Greek? Okay. Even after me explaining that this and this are not the same, even after explaining that this and this are not the same, don't you still believe that this is the same thing? Don't you feel that this is the same thing? Let alone believe. Don't you truly feel that this is this? That is the work of abhisankara, or the false existence. This you feel right now, and this you feel right now, and this you feel right now is the work of the great process abhisankara. This is the feeling of existence. Don't you feel that this existence is a true thing? That goes against all the laws of this universe. That goes against everything in this universe. The law of the universe, or the theory that governs the universe, is that when the causes align, the result, the effect manifest. You can put that to anything. Can you talk about a pen without causes? Can you talk about a cube without causes? Can you talk about a body without causes? Doctors in the house? Can you talk about a body without causes? No. Can you talk about a mind without causes? No, it is impossible to talk about a mind, even a mind, without causes. Can you talk about yourself without causes? Can you? Yes? No? So what are the causes of yourself? Can you give me the causes of yourself? If you can't give the causes, which means you haven't understood it. Simply put, what you feel as yourself, what are the causes of it? The causes of yourself you can't say, because what you feel as yourself is the false existence or feeling of yourself. There are causes for feeling of yourself, which is the ignorance and attachment, which we talked about here, and abhisankara and all that. That is how you feel your existence. But do you feel that this is a feeling of existence, or existence full stop? I am. Full stop. No doubts. No second guesses. I am. Right? So, we just have to understand that we don't understand the fundamental theory. I mean, there might be people who understand it, but we haven't comprehended it enough about the reality of this universe. The reality of existence. If you understand the reality of existence, you lose this belief that existence is true. When you lose the belief that existence is true, this fight towards creating this false friend that agrees with you. Can you remember? When none of your friends agree with you, what do? You create yourself a friend. If the universe agrees with your belief, do you have to make a different imaginary friend? No, you don't have to. Which means, if you align with the law of universe, you don't have to artificially create this perception of existence. Perception of existence exists only because you don't agree with the laws of nature, laws of the reality. I know this is a mindful. Huh. It's like mouthful, but it doesn't work like that. Anyway, it's too much to grasp on one. I mean, you have heard this for many, many, many times. That is why I keep on repeating this. But it's okay not to get the feeling of it, because this is the most difficult thing to understand. Swami said it is not that difficult. When the causes aligned, the effect manifests, of course. But it goes against the fundamental belief that is in the mind. Do you think that it is easy to uproot the fundamental belief that is in the mind? Okay. For men and women, if I tell you to uproot your belief that you are a man or a woman, is it easy to do so? Okay. If I take a male and tell you that you are not a male from here, can you instill that view? No, it is one of the most deep-rooted views. Okay, I'll take a Sri Lankan and tell that you are not a Sri Lankan from here on. Or not here on, you are not Sri Lankan, I would say. Or whatever the nationality, you are not that. Can you convince yourself that it is false? No, it is that difficult, right? If that is that difficult, think about this fundamental view. Will it be easy to get this out? No, this is the most deep-rooted view that is in the mind. That is why a Lord Buddha and a Buddha Sasana is so rare. Because it goes against the fundamental view, because the existence of this world happens because of this mental belief that existence is true. This is what fuels the existence of the universe. Okay, this energy that flows to create this false existence, isn't it what fuels existence? It should be, right? This energy that creates this false existence, isn't it a pro-existence energy? That an energy that supports existence. Does it sound like Drake? Okay. People like to drink milk. Isn't that what drives the milk powder market? If no one likes to drink milk, will there be anything that drives the milk powder market? Will there be any milk powder products in the world? No, there will be no milk products in the world if people don't like to drink milk. So therefore, what drives milk powder market is that milk is a good thing to drink. That belief is what drives milk powder production in the world. Similarly, this existence of this universe is driven by the belief of that existence is true. I mean, these are very deep concepts. So, but when you say theory of everything, it is, we have to talk about these things. No, we don't have to talk about it. I mean, it's, these are the ways you can see about the universe. Again, universe is stars and sun and the moon. Is it the universe? No. When I say universe, it's our life. I'm talking about life. As we discussed in an earlier sermon, what we have to do is not to understand the Dhamma or the theory. What we have to do is not to understand the theory or understand the theory of this Dhamma. What you have to understand is your life. You have to understand life through the lens of Dhamma. That is what you have to do. Okay, do you have any problems regarding Dhamma or any theory? No, you have problems with your life, right? You have vexations, you have anger, you have depression, anxiety, all that. And I mean, it is not easy to live, right? There's always something bothering you, isn't there? Is there any day in your life that you were totally happy without any problem, like a bed of roses? Yeah? No. What the main problem we have is our life. It doesn't behave in the way we like it to behave. Our life doesn't behave in the way that we like it to behave. Therefore, the struggle of life, the fight of life, it is there. Never ending, ever existing struggle of life. Every single day. Doesn't small children struggle to be happy in life? What about teenagers? Don't they have their own problems? They do. What about youth? What about middle-aged people? What about elderly? They all have their fair share of problems. Why so? Because they don't understand life. If you understand life, you know how to solve the problems of it for good. You should be able to. Okay, let's say a production engineer. Doesn't he know how to solve all the problems in the production line? Theoretically, he should. That is why he is employed there. Right? So a doctor knows how to solve the problems in the body. Any profession, he is employed in that profession because he knows how to solve those problems. So they have this degree, or they have some qualification to solve the problems of a production line or something they work on. So if I ask you, what is your qualification to deal with life? You all deal with your life, right? What is your qualification to deal with life? Do you have a qualification? Do you understand life in order to deal with the problems it throws at you? Do you? That is the problem. You have to understand life before you live. You should have this caveat and disclaimer. First, understand life before you live. It should be written in small print at least. When you start your life, this should be written. Understand life before you live. Our problem is, as long as we have this view that existence is true, you live in a false existence. If you live in a false existence, can you understand the reality? You live in a fallacy. So can you understand the truth of your life? No, you cannot, because you live in a fallacy. That is the problem. Quite simple to say. Quite simple to just to point this out, and because you live in a fallacy, you have all the problems in life. Swaminathan, it is easy to say, but we have to deal with all the problems in life. Yes, that is what I say. You have to understand it first. You have to understand your life first before you live. The box. Don't you feel it is the same box that Swaminathan talked earlier in the sermon? The same box? That is the problem. We feel the existence of the box. We feel existence of the Swaminathan. Is it the same monk that has been talking for last few weeks? Is it the same one? That is how we feel. Because we feel existence is true. This view can be removed only by continuous application, continuously applying it to our life. More we apply, more we understand that existence is not true. I mean, the early example of this light ray. Is it the same light ray that is coming in? It is not. So, when you talk about a screen, you feel that the image in the screen is static, right? But we know that this screen is emitting light all the time. That is why when you disconnect the power, can it work anymore? No, it cannot, because it has been emitting light, emitting energy. So this process of sight, sound, smell, taste and touch needs energy. Isn't that why we all eat? If these processes doesn't need energy, why do we eat? Okay, we say that I am who, let's say A. Replace it with yourself. Right? Okay. Today morning, you woke up. Right? In the morning, you were A. Right? Weren't you A in the morning? You lived your life for a couple of hours and you had your breakfast. Equals? Now who are you? If you were A in the morning, now you are B? Who are you? Okay, if your name was someone, I can't take all the names out here. If you were someone in the morning, who are you now? A? Can this equation be true? If you were A, can you be A? So you have more energy than earlier, right? So are you the same? No, now you are a different collection of causes. This is A star or brand new A version 2. And also, why do you have to take in energy? If you are who you are, do you need external energy? You taking energy from the external world means that this consumes energy, right? This is a process that runs on energy and energy is dissipated. That is why you need more energy. So are you the same? The example of the TV, the screen always emits energy. That is why when you turn it off, you don't see anything. So it emits energy, and when you stop it, it doesn't work. So you yourself, you feel as an entity, right? An existence that is not dependent on any causes. We all feel that ourselves as existence. We feel that ourselves as an existence. But does an existence need causes, need extra energy? If you are a separate entity, if you are you, if you are just you, do you need external energy to become you? It's just Greek. If you are just you, do you need any energy to become you? No. Existence doesn't need any causes. Existence is the feeling that we have that it is. Box, full stop. But can we survive like that? Why do we need food? Which means we are not an existence. We are just a collection of causes. And the the collection of causes need causes to stay as a collection of causes, because some causes go away. We say we live. While living, some of the causes or the energy dissipates. When the energy dissipates, you need more energy to stay as a collection. Let's say you are, okay, let's say you are this. And when you live your life, energy gets dissipated. Right? During your activity, during the day, energy dissipates. And you take food. Right? So now, this is a new collection of causes. Is it the same as earlier? Same structure, true, but is it the same causes? Okay, the cells you had here on your cheek, is it the same cell that was there an year ago? What about the other cheek? Hair? Oh, I don't. Bad example. The ear. Is it the same thing? Okay. Not you. This. Okay, this is a collection of 6, let's say, balls. And when it is used, energy dissipates. And now we put more energy so that the arrangement stays the same. That is why we eat, right? And more energy dissipates. And we put more. And more dissipates. And we put more. And more. And more. So, is this the same as the thing that was there when it started? Is it the same thing? Okay, think about yourself. You eat every day, right? Let's say you eat 1 kilogram per day. Do you grow 1 kilogram a day? In 100 days, you weigh 100 kilos more than you started. Is it? No. The energy gets dissipated and replaced by the new energy. Therefore, more or less you stay the same, stay constant. The arrangement stays constant, but the causes are different. So, does this have any relationship with the first one, the blue one? Does this arrangement, does this collection have anything common with the collection we had before? Does it? No. It looks similar. The arrangement is similar, but this is totally new. So, are you you? If that is the case, don't eat from today. If you are you, then why do you need external food? If you are you, stop eating, stop having food, because you are you. Otherwise, you will get replaced. Right? So therefore, when we eat, we have to understand that there's nothing constant going on here. There's nothing fixed going on here. It is just some energy, and new energy gets in and the old energy gets out. It's a process like this. Energy in, energy out. But if these two are constant, the volume in the middle stays the same. Think about a river. A flowing river, usually the level of the river stays constant, right? Let's say it's 2 meters deep. Okay. Have you seen, at least in a movie, the river Amazon? So it's you can't even see the movement of water because it is so large. Right? It looks the same. Even the next year if you go there, it looks quite the same. But is it the same water that it was there? No. But when the input and output is the same amount, the water level in the middle stays constant. We feel that it is the same thing because the arrangement is the same. But what happens is coming in and going out, coming in, going out. Actually, there's no box, just a flow of energy. But we feel that we take food and the energy get dissipated. That is what we feel. But the reality is just a flow of energy. There's nothing common with right now and 5 days ago. The collection of energy that was there 5 days ago and right now, are they the same? No, they are not the same. They cannot be the same. If it is the same, why do you eat? You eat because the energy is lost and new energy is required to go in. New energy. Just understand that by taking new energy in, you agree that you are not the same. Don't you? Don't you just agree that you are not the same thing? But don't we still believe that I exist? This existence is true? You just have to understand, this is just a belief, a false belief that the existence is true. That belief is a false belief. That is what we have to understand. This belief about existence is a false belief. More you apply apply this to your life, freer you feel, cooler you feel, because this is just a collection of horses. There's no existence to manage. Don't you all have burdens of life? Burdens of tomorrow? Burdens of home? The assets? The burden of relationships? The burden of maintaining your image, maintaining your everything. Don't you have all those burdens? Even about health, don't you have a burden? Because we feel we exist. Therefore, to fuel existence, Actually, not full existence. The mind wants to prove the existence because it is a false existence that we feel. The mind wants to prove it. Every moment in time, the mind wants to prove this existence. Isn't that why we all want to be acknowledged? Okay, there's a nice example. Okay, think about a house that everyone does their own thing. No one talks to each other, right? And when they want to give a message, they give it in general. They never talk to each other personally. Do you like to stay in a place like that? Do you? Why so? Why so? We need individual attention. Don't we all? Don't we all like individual attention? Okay. I just ignore this side and talk to this side. What would happen? In few minutes, everyone will be like looking for something. No, they won't move like that. They will be like this. Why so? Why so? Because mind always want to experience or to be acknowledged that I exist. Do you like when someone's talking to you, not looking at you? Someone's looking away and talking to you. Do you like it? Do you like to be talked like that? No, you don't. Why not? I should be acknowledged. My existence should be acknowledged. I feel that I exist and you should acknowledge that I exist. That is why people want to live as small families. Because they can acknowledge each other. If you have a life where no one acknowledges you, you would feel really lonely. That is why the loneliness is a problem in this world. Because everyone needs acknowledgement. The mind that feels this false existence want to be proved, to be proven that I exist, I feel I exist. Please acknowledge it, that you also feel that I exist. When you feel that someone else feel that you exist, you feel happy. Everyone wants to be acknowledged as long as they feel existence. This whole society is made like that, where every person needs this acknowledgement. Therefore, the whole society is built on top of it, that believing that existence is true. That is why we need friends and family and love and care. What do you mean by love? What do you mean by care? I'm not talking against them. I'm just giving you the logic of it. What is love? What is care? That I should be acknowledged. Okay, there is a person who loves a lot, but doesn't even look at you and doesn't talk to you and doesn't give you anything. he lives like you don't even exist. Is that a caring person? Or loving person? No. This is what you want is proof of existence. Every relationship is made on top of this. You have to be acknowledged. A mother wants to be acknowledged by their children. A child should be acknowledged by his parents. Okay, a child, if he does not get enough attention, what does happen? A lot of things happen. There will be mental health problems even. So, children needs attention. Actually, children? Oh, minds with false existence, the feeling of existence needs attention. Don't you all love attention? Even here, when you come here, don't you like that people to talk with you, to treat you well, to be acknowledged? I'm not saying that it is a bad thing. I'm just telling you the logic of it. Don't act like that you don't want to be acknowledged. That is not the point of this. What I'm telling is, this is why you need that. You feel that you want to feel this existence. Acknowledgement or the attention. Can you stay alone? People feel that they would like to live a serene life. Serene, calm and quiet. How long can you live like that? You can live a day, maximum 2. Then you'll feel that you want to go and talk to someone. At least a dog. You'll have a pet dog to talk to. And when the dog barks at you, you feel, good boy. I'm not mocking them, right? I'm just telling the way of the mind. Don't you like when your pet dog comes to you and wags his tail, acknowledging yourself? Even a dog, if it acknowledges you, you feel happy. Because mind is yearning for it. Mind is yearning for acceptance, yearning for attention, yearning for acknowledgement that I exist. Please prove that I exist. And it wags the tail and you feel, at last, someone acknowledged. I'm not mocking, right? I'm not mocking anyone or anything. I'm just telling the way the minds work. Is it bad to seek attention? Is it bad to feel association or feel the need of association? I'm not saying anything's bad. I'm telling that is a consequence of this false existence. If you don't feel this false existence, if a mind doesn't feel this false existence, it doesn't need any companions. It doesn't need any attention. It doesn't need anything. That is why an arahant doesn't need any care, attention. But he will give. He will give attention. He will give care. He will give love. Because he knows a mind with ignorance wants that. Wants to feel that. Why do you want to find someone to talk to when you feel alone? Still, to be acknowledged. When group of your friends gather around and talk, what do? You go and join and tell something that you know, because I am here. Please acknowledge me. That is what you do. That is why we all like to chit-chat, to talk. Sometimes we know that what we talk about is just, it's utterly useless. But we keep talking anyway. Because we want to be acknowledged. We want to be felt. Actually, we don't want us to be felt by them. We want to make sure that they feel myself, that I exist. I want them to feel that, to prove that I exist. How do they do that? By acknowledging, talking to me. When they talk to me, what do I feel? That they can feel me. But after all, what do they perceive? They perceive what's in their mind. Is it me that they perceive? No. They perceive what is in their mind. Okay. Are you all nodding to me or the person in your mind? Person in your mind. That is what you are nodding to. Aren't we all living alone? Aren't we all live alone? Don't we all live a lonely life? Loneliness is not a good topic to talk about, Swaminathan. It feels grim and dark and gloomy. Why so? I would ask. The word loneliness itself is a negative word, right? It has a negative context to it. Always. Can you talk positively about loneliness? He's a lonely man. Is that a positive remark? No, it is always negative. Why? It goes against the fundamental. That is the thing. So, is being alone that bad? I'm not promoting being alone, right? I'm not promoting anything. I'm just promoting the truth. No. This being false is the truth. I'm not pro anything. I'm just pro truth. I want you all to just to understand your life. Your life, not my life. Your life. What do I feel at this moment? Why do I do things in my life? Why do I need people? Why do I need pets? Why do I need things to surround me? Why do I need a like when I make a post? Why do I go and check number of comments in my post? Why? Isn't it to be acknowledged? One like is one acknowledgement. One comment is one acknowledgement. That is why. A lot of likes means lot of acknowledgements. I am being acknowledged. So they know that I exist. That is the hard truth. That is the way mind works. Mind is yearning to feel acknowledged. Feel that I am there. Full stop. So the whole world is made in this fundamental belief that the existence is true. But the problem is the universe doesn't support existence. When the universe doesn't support existence, still the existence is being felt. The mind wants to prove it. Mind does everything to prove it. Okay, when you get some sort of an award, why do they call all the names to the stage and give it on stage? I mean, they can just send emails saying that you all passed. Why do they have these grand convocations and bring everyone on stage and give it? Why? Because I want to be acknowledged. I'm not mocking anyone. I myself lived through all that. So it's nothing bad about it. Just understand it. I have to tell this all the time because otherwise I'll be I mean, you'd feel that I'm just against maybe education or relationships or family. No, I'm not against anything. I'm just telling the truth. Why the mind wants all that? Why does the mind want to be acknowledged? Okay. It's a funny thing. Don't you all like, in the place you work, don't you like if there's a special parking slot with your name on it? Special recognition? Why so? Everyone who reads that board, it doesn't have to be your name, at least your vehicle number plate. Me, that is my slot. Acknowledgement. The mind wants acknowledgement. Mind wants to be acknowledged that I exist. Okay, at your workplace, if you don't have a desk, how do you feel? You go there and find a corner and dust it and you sit there, and the next day that corner is also not there, you go somewhere. Think about this the monks and even the Anagarika Mahatmyas, they lived in a place where they don't even have a bed to their name. They have this like a dormitory full of beds, and whichever is empty, they have to go and sleep. How difficult would that be? Without any recognition? Without anything to their own name? But less you feel this, you don't need recognition. You don't need special name cards or the desks. Special identity you don't need. I mean, in Buddha Sasana, we are told not to use the same place even for longer time period. Back in the day when we have individual chambers or kuti, our teachers always tell us to change those things. Why? Otherwise we'll be recognized by that specific place. We'll be recognized by that. That is against our practice. So, when you live your normal life, day-to-day life, try to see these things through your life. Try to see your life through. See your life transparently. And understand these things. Why do I need friends? Why do I need a partner? Why do I need a husband or a wife or a girlfriend or boyfriend? Why? I mean, in this love relationships, it is exclusive, right? Only one partner with another partner. Which means this partner cannot acknowledge anyone else. I should be exclusively acknowledged. Isn't that true? I should be exclusively acknowledged. There is someone to my name, and he or she is mine, and mine only. Exclusively for me. So I can prove this existence very well, because if he is exclusive to me, which means surely that I should exist, otherwise that cannot happen, right? So that is why people like it so much. That is why that is so sought after. That is why the relationships break when this exclusivity go away, because they want to be felt exclusive, felt unique. This exclusivity is something that need to be felt, to be acknowledged. Isn't that why you have a unique name? Don't you feel, if when someone pronounce or spell your name wrong, how do you feel? How do you feel? Don't you just correct it? Because that name identify me. I am identified with that name. How dare you mispronounce it? Pronounce it wrong. All those things. Your lovely hairstyle? Isn't that unique? Do you like to have the same hairstyle as everyone else? Can you wear the same thing as everyone else? You want to feel unique. These are the problems of the mind. I mean, I'm not against, alright? So, these are side effects of false existence. When you feel this false existence, you want to be identified differently. That is why you all have different faces, different face cuts. You feel that you haven't chosen this look, but because you wanted to feel unique, only you got a unique face. We just have to understand life. We just have to understand our existence. The reality is that this existence is a flawed concept. Think about everything we talk about. I mean, don't we all feel that this existence that we feel, because of the existence we feel, we have to do so many things? The clothing industry, why is it there? Because, I mean, can't you just make the same cloth, same attire for whole country, whole world? No. Because I want to feel unique. All your life problems, I mean, you have so many things in your houses. I mean, the people who have come a long way in this journey might not, but most of us do. Why so? Because in different times, all those things that are there are the things that you want, because of the mind feeling this false existence. Those are the things that can prove that. Unique clothing. Okay, you have your degree certificate or the educational certificates. Why do you have them? To prove that I am this, and you should acknowledge this. To prove. When you feel that you exist, there is proof. You need proof to exist. I mean, if you really exist, do you have to be named? Do you have to be proved that I am this and these are my family, and all day long do you have to be proved? Do you have to be proven that you are? Do I have to look at you when I talk? All these things are actually, all those things are proof that this felt existence is not true. If it is actually true, why do you want to prove it? Why do you want to prove yourself? Why do you want to feel unique? If you are, then you can just be, right? You can just be without the acknowledgement of anyone, without talking to anyone, without making a name for yourself. You should be able to just be. Can you just be? Can you just be nobody? Can you become nobody of the society? Can you? No. It is not something wrong. That is because of this false existence. You have to struggle all your life in order to make a name for yourself, in order to make a state. I mean, you have to be educated for so many years. You have to earn a degree and higher degrees, whatever. Isn't just lot of hard work? Isn't it just too much struggle to make, to keep these relationships running? Isn't it all this hard work? But because we feel this existence, we cannot do without those. We cannot just be nobody. We cannot just be alone. We have to maintain relationships. Again, I'm not against relationships, right? So, I'm not against society or anything. Isn't it too much struggle that you all have to go through because of this false existence? Because of this fallacy? Isn't it too much trouble? All day long, doing something? Isn't life struggle? Isn't life another name for struggling? We struggle to live because we don't understand life. You have to understand life before you live. Then you can live happily ever after. I think our time's up. May the Noble Triple Gem be with you all.